Okay, make a small little video here of a couple little Wakizashi blades that I got here. Got the export papers here for the bigger one here, saying that it was exported out of Japan in I think the 1950s or something like that, like 51 or something. But yeah, these are kind of nice. Let's see if I can get some. You can see the inclusions there, and this one looks like it's been kind of used in battle a little bit. You can see the way the blood kind of will dry on it. But these probably were at one time full katana size, and after a battle and they get marked up, they'll be sharpened again, and that makes them smaller, and they're used again, and then that makes them smaller, and then they eventually go to like a Wakizashi size, and then they use it a few times, and then after, if it gets damaged and they make it smaller, you start to wear through. There's not a lot of tempering left in the blade. You can just see it's just barely starting to show up. The blade is easily bendable. See if I can get an edge there to see it, but it kind of is straight, but there's a little wobble in it. You can see the blade's got some rump in it when it from kind of maybe it'll show up a little easier this way. There we go. That kind of works out there. You can see there's a little wobble in the blade, and that happens. You twink it, this blade it'll bend over a little bit, but it's still not a. See if I can get it just right here in focus. A bad looking blade. I believe this one is about 600 years old. Between 550 and 600 years old. Whoops, let's get it back in focus there. See if I can get a nice clean up and slow down a little bit. It does have some barely legible markings on the tang when you take it apart. I've been trying to get them identified to who it was, but see if I can get this sided pretty good. But still sharp. I mean, you can still cut yourself with them, don't get me wrong. They're not for a second dull blades. But I picked that up for $100. Buddy of mine was paid to clean out a house that they clean out, and found that. I bought that for $100. This one I picked up not long ago with the export papers, and it's a little more fancier. It actually has the original habaki that was made for it. It's in a tiger pattern holder here that they usually would use for, usually this is just like a one color wood. They usually don't put this tiger strand on here unless it's a more famous kind of sword maker. I don't know who would do this red line through here, like a painted line through here, but I'm sure there's some style that somebody would be able to pick up, and there's a little inclusion there. That's usually how you can tell it's a handmade blade. There's a little bit more tempering left on this blade, as you can see, the hamon on there. The other one is almost completely gone through because of how many times it's been probably, on a stone sharpened. That blade was probably twice as thick and twice as big and longer, but that's what they used to do over the years. Then when they became too small, they just stuck them in the thing. The tip's a little damaged, which you get that sometimes with them. This one's got a little bit of a yangle in it too. Like you can see, it's been using to cut through mats. These things were not, perfectly back to straight when you would swing them on stuff. So that's the thing that you'll see on these older kind of blades like that. When they would swing through, they'll get a little wobble through them when they would go through a mat or something, or go through a body. So they would need to be straightened out a little bit, but I figured I'd give a couple little close-ups. This one right here is around 350 to 400 years old, I believe. I remember right, but yeah, they're not perfect things, but they're still sharp and will still cut the crap out of you. Just think of gigantic, straight razor, and they will do some massive damage. But just wanted to show. I've got some swords. I've got a couple other videos of swords on my channel. Ocean Katana from Citadel and Hanwei 47 Ronin. But have a nice day, everyone.